Who is the next big thing? It's a question wrestling fans ask seemingly every day, but there is no more fitting time to ask the question than as we head into the new year. With the new year comes new opportunities for the rising stars of professional wrestling to either make a name for themselves or further establish themselves as a name to watch. This is a key definition. You see, when I say the next big thing, I'm not necessarily saying this person is going to be a world champion in 2025. But I'm also not saying that. What I mean by next big thing is more so who's going to break out. And breaking out could mean multiple things. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning names like Braun Breaker or Willow Nightingale, as I already believe they are well on their way to being the next big superstars of tomorrow. But if you wanted to include them on your list, I wouldn't be mad at you. I am more so looking at the names you might not expect. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Oh, and by the way, Beaner Bronco Buster?
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come from?
Improv.
That was wonderful.
Now, I know I just said I'm looking for names you might not expect, but I'm sure you all have Dominik Mysterio near the top of your list for 2025 breakouts. I mean, he was just ranked number 1 on ESPN's 30 Under 30, and I literally just made a whole video about him. But I still think he's worth mentioning. Dominik Mysterio is primed to break out, and I would not be surprised at all if we see him win IC Gold in 2025 or even win the Money in the Bank. With that being said, I don't want to waste your time, so let's talk about someone else. Tyler Bate. I think Tyler Bate is going to be a superstar, and I wouldn't be surprised if he receives a massive push upon returning from injury. Bate just has all the makings of a world champion, and with Triple H's booking of Gunther, I have no doubt he would handle Bate just as well when the time comes. Now, I know Gunther is a different animal, and we really can't compare anyone to him, but I think he actually shares a lot of similarities with Tyler Bate. You know, a lot of people view Ilya Dragunov as the perfect catalyst to Gunther, and while that may be true, I mean, you could just as easily put Ilya on this list. I also view Tyler Bate exactly the same. He is the perfect David to Gunther's Goliath, and I could 100% see him returning to WWE to a great reception and going on to face Pete Dunne at WrestleMania. After that, who knows, but can you imagine Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate on the grandest stage of them all? I think it's a real reality, and there is no better time to pull the trigger than 2025. Now let's move to AEW. Or maybe not. Next on my list is Penta, and it is all but a sure thing that he is going to WWE. I know a lot of people expected him to come to WWE with his brother, and people are a little upset Tony Khan is keeping him in purgatory, but I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. Well, at least not for Penta. This is going to give WWE an opportunity to showcase Penta as a single star, and he is more than capable of that. He could come in, put on bangers against the likes of, AJ Styles, and then a few months down the line, Rey Fenix debuts and fans say, what the hell, there's another one who's just as good, if not better? WWE could even put Penta in NXT, which I know a lot of fans might be against, but think about it. You know, it's no secret the NXT men's roster is hot trash, and Penta could run that shit until Rey Fenix makes his way to WWE. I really just think the possibilities are endless for Penta. Now let's really talk about someone from AEW, and there is no hotter name heading into 2025 than Kyle Fletcher. Again, this kind of feels like cheating, as it's already clear AEW is treating him like a star. I mean, he just beat Will Ospreay clean, but I still think he's worth mentioning. Kyle Fletcher is going to be a world champion. Is it going to happen in 2025? I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised either. You know, he's just the full package, and he's so good that I don't even really have much to say. You know, watch his match against Ospreay, watch his promos. What can I add to that? 2025 is going to be the year of Kyle Fletcher. Now I know what you're thinking. Jesus Christ, Beaner, where are the women? First of all, don't call me Beaner. Second of all, calm down. There are honestly so many great women wrestlers that I could make an hour-long video about all of them. You know, just look at the NXT roster. There are legit 10 names that I wouldn't be surprised if they were called up tomorrow and won the world title. And there are a ton of names in AEW as well. You know, we already mentioned Willow, but Chris Statlander, Sky Blue, Billy Starks, they're all fantastic. They could each see massive breakouts in 2025, and I wouldn't be surprised, but I want to focus on 2 women instead. Roxanne Perez and Mina Shirakawa, 2 of the very best wrestlers in the world who can truly do it all. Roxanne is going to get called up to the main roster in 2025, and the sky is truly the limit for her. You know, she's 23 years old and already one of the best, most captivating performers in the world. As for Mina, she's literally already entering a feud with Mariah May for the AEW World Championship, and she's not even signed to the company. Tony Khan clearly sees dollar signs with her, because why else would you position someone so highly on the card who's not even on your roster? I just see nothing but great things for these 2 women, and I would not be surprised if they both became world champions in 2025. Now, real quick before we wrap things up, I want to mention 2 names who are both signed to NXT, but they're mostly regulated to Level Up. Uriah Connors and Ren Sinclair. These 2 names are going to break out. Now, not to the same extent as Kyle Fletcher or Roxanne Perez, but I wholeheartedly believe they are going to be established names when 2025 comes to an end. So that's my list. These are the 6 names I think are going to break out and take massive steps in their career in 2025. Let me know what you think. And lastly, who do you think is going to break out in 2025? Let me know.
There we are.
Oh, it looks delicious.
Norman,